Hey, my friends, it's Denise Walsh here, your dream life coach, and welcome to day 5 of the Stop Sabotaging Challenge. Today is all about hacking your home and setting up your environment to lead you to success because we now know that our subconscious is always listening, it's always absorbing what's around us, and it wants us to fit in with the environmental average, right? And so, because of that, we want to set up our environment for success. And you'll hear more about that in today's training. But today, I want to number one, take any questions that you have about self sabotage, about why you do it. Hopefully, you had a chance to listen to the training we did last night, all about getting out of the world of drama and into the world of dreams. Because in my experience, living in fight or flight mode creates insecurity, restlessness, self sabotage, way more than anything else. And so we want to help you get out of fight or flight mode, out of self sabotage, and into the world of dreams by teaching you how to live in dream life pathway alignment. Dream life pathway alignment is what I call head, heart, feet. Do you know what you want? Do you believe it's possible? Do you know how to go get it? And when you are in alignment, my friends, magic starts to happen. The how starts to show up, and it's like chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Unexpected opportunities come your way. So if you are interested in learning a bit more about how to become living in the world of dreams, living in dream life pathway alignment, comment my turn in the comments below, and let's talk about enrolling you into my 3-month program, 90-day U-turn, that's going to do just that. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce our next guest, who is going to share a bit about her experience within the last 90 days and how she has been able to shift into the world of dreams. So big dream life welcome to Kimberly. Yay!
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. And so before we dive into what life looks now and the recent success you just had, let's talk a bit about what life was like 3 months ago when you said yes to 90-day U-turn.
Yeah, for sure. So I am a super busy mom. I also work part-time out of the house. I have 5 kids. I lived this chaotic, needing to do everything, always had to say yes. Because I felt like if I didn't say yes, I was failing people. And so my life was just so full of chaotic days all the time. And I really lacked that head, heart, and feet. I was going completely backwards. I didn't know it needed to start with the head. Everything was completely shambled and woven together. And then I actually have started a business. So that's initially why I started the 90-day U-turn, was to focus on my business. Little did I know it was going to change every aspect of my whole entire life. So
Awesome. So you were busy, you had lots of plates in the air, lots of activities happening, but not necessarily a clear focus, kind of feeling that chaotic energy all of the time.
constantly, I felt like that was the only way to survive, I guess you want to say. And I was raised as a chaotic life puts you into this platform of, oh my gosh, look at her. She's doing so amazing. She's got all this stuff. She looks like Superwoman. When really on the inside, I was like, oh my word, how am I going to manage all of this? This is just crumbling inside, but I have to hold myself together to make it look like I've actually got it together.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the thing, is sometimes we praise ourselves for multitasking, right? We praise ourselves for being super mom when in essence, it just makes us not present, in fight or flight mode, making immediate decisions versus long-term decisions, which then we self-sabotage.
100%.
So you said yes to 90-day U-turn with the goal of really learning skills to focus in on your business, which I have to say, in running a business myself, these are the skills that I taught my team, because I found that you could do all the right activities, but if you're doing it out of a state of fear or out of a state of fight or flight or that chaotic energy, you're not going to get the best results. But if you do those same business activities out of a state of belief and excitement and purpose and intention and calm energy, you'll get drastically different results. So I'd love to first hear about your kind of favorite parts about 90 Day U-Turn, and then we'll talk about how they like how it shifted you.
Yeah, for sure. So my favorite part, like I said, I started because of the business. My favorite part was the community that you had allowed all of us to have, the small groups, the settings. I had become friends with people. Everyone's so encouraging and kind. And a lot of times in the world today, you don't have that. When you have big goals or even struggles, you don't have people in your corner that are picking you up and encouraging you and cheering you on for any little thing, because we live in a competitive world where people don't want better than you. I feel like anyway. So there in those groups and through that 90-day U-Turn course, it was just so incredible to see the women that were in my group and just the outpouring and the outreach, no matter when it was, of just empowering each other. So I thought that was really, really awesome. And I realized during all of that I had a lot to work on myself internally. It wasn't anymore. I think after that first week, I was like, oh, wow, this isn't about the business anymore. Like, this is about me. And I didn't realize how much of everything inside of me and in my head and in my home was really affecting how I led my team, really. So that was really, really awesome to be able to go through all of these weeks and learn so much about me, learn about, really what's been affecting or stopping me, roadblocking me, and really, really being able to retrain my thinking. That was a huge, I think that was my favorite week, is this, like when you self-sabotage, things like that. That was my all-time favorite week. I absolutely loved that. That changed a lot around.
Well, and I think you're right. Like, no matter what our goal is, whether it's health or business or family, like, we have to be the person that shows up well in all of those different areas. And so, in order to have success in those areas, we want to work on us first. And so we reflect, like, all right, why am I the way I am? Like, where did this come from? What are the things that are these sticking points that I'm still emotionally connected to, that charge me up or trigger me down the line, which is impacting everything? But then in week 7, we go through thought traps, which is where we can take that thought captive and actually retrain our brain to have a new thought, which then impacts how we feel, which then impacts what we do. And what's fascinating is that oftentimes when we're in monkey mind or in freak out mode, we don't realize that we actually have control here. Like, we actually can do something to shift our state and get us back on track. And so what I find is when people do 90-day U-Turn, they're either not in freak out mode as much, or when they get there, they don't stay there as long. What have you experienced for yourself?
Exactly that. Before, I would hold myself into the I suck, these people are against me, all these negative thoughts all the time. And I literally held those thoughts captive. I couldn't release. But again, that was who I was surrounding myself with. So the negative energy from them portrayed onto me, and and it's funny because I have my 7-week stuff literally sitting in front of me, because that and another week were my absolute favorites. And I literally going through that stuff, I just started crying, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is why I can't get through these hurdles. This is why. So I was able to work through those struggles and really be able to use all of the things that you have taught us to be able to step back, to take a breath and be like, okay, this is not going to affect me. How can I go about this differently? These things that I'm holding on to are not who I am. I've been able to use them with all of my kids and even my husband. My husband at first was like, what? Like, what are you saying? And whatever. And now it's like the energy that I'm putting on from using these techniques has been really, really effective on having a less dramatic, if you will, an up and down household, because they fed off of me. They fed off of my very high energy. And now being able to work through that and being that calm demeanor, and being able to work through things as a family, it has been a whirlwind of difference. It's been a blessing.
That's amazing. So you said there was another week that was your favorite. What week is that?
Oh my goodness. I cannot remember. You'll be able to tell me which week it is, but it was the week when we had to write a letter to ourselves. And really, I had some past traumas, if you will, that had gotten brought up, and I've buried them super, super, super deep because it is something I don't ever want to talk about. And so when I got on, even with my support coach, they are absolutely amazing, having to pull out all of that and really realizing the effect that it's had on me and needing to emotionally work through all of that because it was leaving me stuck. And writing that letter, oh my gosh, Denise, the tears I cried, but the relief I felt after going through that week was, it was absolutely incredible.
It was an onion layer released.
Yep, 100%.
And, working with everyone's got stuff. You know what I mean? We've all got something. And the common initial response is like, put it under the rug, don't talk about it, ignore it, and it will just go away. But the reality is that it's impacting us all the time. It's that rumbling in our subconscious. Like we don't necessarily think about it, but yet emotionally we're still tethered to it. And so it absolutely is impacting us consistently. And so this program gives you a way to dig it up and release it in a healthy step-by-step process. Because I've had people say, I've known I needed to kind of heal through this stuff, but I didn't know how. And I felt like it would take years, or it would be too hard, or it would drag stuff up that that would then leave me in chaos for a while. And that's not necessarily true. Like we can step by step take you through it where you do dig it up and you do revisit it a minute, but then we also teach you how to release it, and reframe it and let go of those emotional strings.
I 100% agree. The relief. So dealing with what I had went through, like 6-7 years ago, I have lived with that, and I wanted to bury it because that's what I was grown up with. That's what I was taught. That subconscious that I didn't realize was going on was there, and of course, that's realizing your subconscious behaviors was a huge benefit also. But going through that week of revisiting the painful things that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to deal with, after my 45-minute crying session I think I had, the weight lifted off of me was absolutely incredible. And I was just like, God, thank you. Like that was something I had been fighting to deal with. And even now, however many weeks ago that was, it has been so much better. So
like once you learn these skills, you have them now, right?
Yeah.
And once you release it, it's released. And that lightness still compounds and it just continues. So I love that. Now we rate our lives on a scale of 1 to 100 on week 1 and then week 12. You might not have like all the numbers with you right now, but do you remember about what you were at the beginning versus the end?
Oh my gosh. I don't remember exactly, but my first numbers were super high. It was like in the 70s. I didn't realize how bad, but when I was being honest, I was like, dang, I got a lot to work on. This is really bad. And then when I revisited my numbers, I think it was like low 50s. So
each area of life on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being your dream life, 1 being your like not dream life, right? Plus the 3. So the goal would be that you go up as you grow. How did yours go from 70 to 50? Do you know? Oh no. Oh, there you are. Oh, I can't hear you anymore. You're mute. Oh, Kim, wait. We can't hear you. There you go. Try it now. I cannot. I cannot. Oh no. Here, maybe try to go out and come back in. All right, so I'll just kind of couch what we do. Try again. No, like exit out and then, yeah, there we go. Okay, so what we do is at the beginning of each week, or at the beginning of, so week 1 and then week 12, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10, like all 7 areas of your life: family, friendships, health, hobbies, business, giving back, and family. And then on week 12, and then the 3 dream life pathway: head, heart, feet. Do you know what you want? Do you believe it's possible? Do you know how to get it? Do you have clarity? Do you have belief? Do you know what you're doing? And then on week 12, we rate them again. So let's see. Try again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Okay.
That is so weird. I don't know what the heck happened.
Okay, so keep going. I was just explaining to them how we rate all 7 areas plus the dream life pathway. And we do that on week 12 and week 1 and week 12. Oh no. Mm-mm. Weird. All right. Well, I don't know. We'll try one more time. And then if it doesn't work, we'll go live a little. We're actually going to coffee today. So we'll go live at the coffee shop to say hi. All right, let's try one more time.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what the heck. That is so weird.
Okay, so keep going. You were
okay.
saying.
So my numbers, my family.
Oh no. We lost you again. So what we'll do is we'll go live at the coffee shop. So if you guys can hear us, we will try again later today to finish this conversation. But thank you, Kimberly, for your time, your wisdom, and your experience today. And we'll see you guys in a bit.